Hi everyone, it's Peggy Merwin with Stamp with Peggy. Today is Monday, October 23rd. We have one Monday left after this in this month, and then we move right into November. Daylight savings time, all that fun as the beginning of winter starts to come. Still fall, so we're not giving up yet. Okay, hopefully everybody had a great weekend. Mine was fabulous. It was my Fall Fest day retreat. So all day Saturday I got to spend with 24 crafters. We had like 4 individual classes. I'll be sharing that on my Stamp with Peggy blog, so you'll want to make sure that you hop over there. But I thought I'd share a couple things with you tonight. So before we get started, let me get myself up here so that I can watch for your comments. Make sure you say hi. Excuse me. Hi, Jeanne. Oh, it was so much fun. Anybody who can should definitely sign up for the next one. Those of you who were there, pop one of your favorite things. Hi, Roseanne from Pennsylvania. How is the weather in Pennsylvania? The pictures that you shared the other day, the leaves look like they're absolutely gorgeous out there. Hi, Sharon. Hi, Cheryl. Okay, so we're getting you on. All right. Okay, so yes, I spent all day Saturday. We did 4 different projects. One was a Halloween door hanger treat holder, and that was on my blog post today. I think Katie just got it onto my Facebook page and group so that you guys can see that. And then tomorrow's, there is I won't do that tomorrow because tomorrow I'll be sharing this project. Wednesday, I'll be sharing the second project that we did and so forth throughout the week. So let's see. First, I want to do a quick reminder that October, we still have the 23rd, so we still have 8 days to go, or almost 7. Don't forget about the October coupon. When you place an order of $65 or more, you get to choose one of 4 different papers. You get a half a package of each. They're 12 by 12 papers. So you get some fun holiday type papers. Then don't forget to like, share, comment, join. What is the other option? Follow, get others to follow on my Facebook page. I do drawings every week. The first drawing is for Elegant Faceted Gems. And the winner of this one is Lori Davis, and I think it's Workman. So Lori, I don't believe I have your address, so please make sure that you send me a message or an email at peggymerwin@comcast.net or message through Facebook on my Stamp with Peggy VIP group or page and get me your address so that I can pop that in the mail to you. The second one are the, let's see, what's the name? The Tinsel Gems, the 4-pack of Tinsel Gems, okay? And the winner of that is Roberta, and I'm going to kill this, Ovalstacho. So Roberta, if you can also send me your address, I will get these things popped out in the mail to you also. Okay, those are the 2 there. All right, I'm going to go ahead and face you down so we can get started. I can show you. First thing that I do want to share with you is the bag that everyone at Fall Fest received. Coming back up here. Okay, let's get this moved forward a little bit. Okay, how are we on the screen? Come on. Okay, which way do we need to go? There we go. That's a little better. Okay, so everyone received all their supplies from Fall Fest in this fun bag that Katie did for me. I found the design, and then Katie is my daughter, and so she and her son Sean went ahead and did I don't know what ours is, brother scan and cut, and adhered to the bags. So they were filled with all the supplies for the day, all the projects that they were going to use. I have a couple spares of these, so if anyone is interested in them, over the next week or 2, leave a comment that I would love one of the bags, and I may be popping a couple of surprises out in the mail. Okay. Then everyone received, beside their bag was also this fun little mug or tumbler, and it has a hand crocheted. I made everybody a little hand warmer or cup warmer to keep your beverage nice and hot. Inside, and of course, I won't be able to get the lid off. Inside, everyone received a packet of hot cocoa mix and a packet of spiced apple cider so that they could keep hydrated and have a nice little treat during the day, stay nice and warm. And then also to keep them going in the morning with just a little breakfast treat, everybody got a little mini lemon bundt cake, okay? Then inside their bag, besides the supplies, they also had this fun little bag. And inside, they received 2 kinds of ribbon that they would use on their projects. They received a package of festive pearls, a package of the sparkle gems, and a package of rhinestones. They used all of these and have lots of leftovers on their projects. They also received a package of, or a sheet of dimensionals and a sheet of mini dimensionals, so that they would still need many more dimensionals after that. And then they also received a bone folder with my Stamp with Peggy logo on it. Isn't that fun? So I have a couple spares of those too. So you may be seeing some giveaways or some add-ons for orders placed that you find a little surprise in your package. Okay, so I just wanted to kind of share, those are some of the things. Then in the afternoon, everybody got a little treat to give them some energy to go, which was popcorn, caramel popcorn with mini peanut butter cups, caramel M&Ms, and candy corn inside. So everybody had lots and lots of sugar. Okay, then in the afternoon, shortly before everybody left, I tried to, on Fall Fest, I send everybody home with a take-home project. Something that's very simple but fun for them to do at home. This year, it was this set of 4 cards, and I'm trying to make sure that I can get those in the video for you. Okay, kind of. It's not catching all of it, but so they got all of the pieces all die cut for them. There is absolutely no stamping on these 4 cards. They all have thick basic white backgrounds with cherry cobbler or mossy meadow. And then this is all from, it's a bundle, the Sending Cheer stamp set, which we didn't use at all. These are all adorable and there are die cuts, but we didn't use those. I used just the die, Sending Cheer dies. And I cut out the gingerbread man and the little hearts. I cut out the present with the ribbon. I cut out the stocking with the little top for it, and the Santa hat with the fur and little ball on the end of it. Okay, so they got that along with all the designer paper pieces cut. And I hadn't even thought about, they didn't see the directions or anything yet. They just put it in their bag to take home with them. And a couple of them said, okay, but where's the backing paper? And I go, backing paper for what? Well, for the frame. They thought that this was a framed art because I had it on this board. And it's like, oh, and I heard it multiple times. So I decided that that's what tonight's project would be, is I'm going to take these elements. I had to change sizes on some of them, but these elements, and we're creating a 12 by 12 framed art. Okay, you ready? The other one that I did use some stamping this time. I used the Joy to You stamp set, and I used the May Your Christmas Be Merry and Bright. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. All right, let's start with, and maybe I will kind of, how about if we do this? Okay, so here's the gingerbread man, and I just saw something I forgot. Let me grab that quick. Okay, I need this and this and this. All right, I think, nope, wink of Stella. I thought I had it all. Okay. So, I took the elements. So I have basic, or I have cherry cobbler, and I have Mossy Meadow, and I used the basics 3D embossing folder. Okay. And so we're going to start out, we're going to just adhere those together. And I did 1/4 inch borders this time, so you didn't have to worry about teeny tiny littles. Okay. And so then here we have a long, thin piece. Well, I had to readjust that a little bit, so I shortened it up, but then here is the designer paper for it. Okay. So we're going to put the designer paper on. Now, when I do a frame, those of you who follow know that, well, you know what, this one I'm going to do flat. There needs to be lots of dimension when we do a frame, okay? And we're going to go ahead and we're going to put this over on the side just like we did here. Okay. And then I have a cherry cobbler and a basic white piece. So we're going to adhere these together. But this one is going to get attached with dimensionals. And I can't see comments. How are we doing? Thank you all for sharing. I love that. Okay, let's get the backings off there. And we're going to attach that right here. Yeah, that'll do. Okay. And I forgot scissors. Nope, I must have taken them over there. They're just hiding. Okay. So when I die cut the gingerbread man, he's got the little loop on him for hanging him. Hi, Miss Tammy. Okay. And so we're just going to snip that off. And now we've got our little gingerbread man. We need to add his little heart dots down the center. And these little babies are little, okay? And I'm making sure that I'm still in and you can see where I'm at. Okay. And so we're going to add the heart. And then we're going to add, oops, come on, the next heart. And I should have grabbed my pick tool because that would have been incredibly helpful. And then we're going to add the third heart. Okay. Then we need to give him some eyes. So in their packet, remember, everybody got a package of the festive pearls. So we're going to take those out. We've got silver. I've used all of the gold ones on this one. So we've got the red ones, the blue kind of greenish ones, and the silver ones. We're going to take 2 silver ones. We're going to use our basic black dark marker or Stampin' Blend. And we're just going to color those black. Okay. We're going to give it a second to dry. And it dries very quickly. And then we're going to take our pick tool. And we're going to add eyes to our gingerbread man. Come on. Okay, and I pulled a little bit off because I didn't wait quite long enough. So we're just going to recolor that a little bit. All right. Then we need to give him a mouth. We're going to use the back end, the small end. And we're just going to draw little smile lines. They don't have to be the same. And then we're going to add his little grin. Okay? I don't have a white marker for icing, so I used my Wink of Stella, and I just gave him some squiggles. Okay, and then we're going to add them to his feet. And then we're going to go across his forehead. And now we have a little gingerbread guy with frosting on him. Okay, we're going to add him onto there, and again, we're going to use dimensionals. And yes, I use a ton of dimensionals. I just placed the adhesive sale order, so that stuff will be coming. Okay, so we've got our first square ready. We're going to add some of the red festive pearls, just like we did on the cards. So we're just kind of going to add like that. Okay, so there's our first square done. Oops, and you know what? I just messed up because I decided I wanted it. I totally forgot that. So we're going to take this back off here. Sorry. I decided that I wanted a layer of black to help pop it off from my white background that I'm going to use for the 12 by 12. Okay. So we're going to take those things back off there. And then, obviously I didn't make one completely yet. I just laid everything all out. So bear with me while we're rolling on the fly. Okay, now we're going to add it again. See, we all make mistakes, and it's very easy to just make an adjustment. Isn't that paper so pretty? That is the, let me stop and think, Shining Christmas paper. It's a specialty one that came out this month. In fact, that may end this month. Okay, then I'm also going to put that onto a piece of basic black. But again, this is where I like to add dimension. I like to give some depth to my frame. Okay. And put this on. Then our first square is done. All right, so we can set that aside. And now we're going to move on to the stocking. We're going to do the same kind of thing. We're going to cut that top off. We are going to glue some fur onto the top of the stocking. Look at how cute that is. Okay, and so then, just like, and I should, let's see if I can trade sides so that I can kind of show both as we're going. Okay, let's see if I can get this into the camera enough. There we go. Okay, I think you can kind of see that. Okay, so we've got the basic white. Again, I had to adjust the size a little bit, but we're going to put that onto the Mossy Meadow. And then again, I'm going to add it to the basic black. I think it just helps it pop just a little bit more. I'm trying to make sure I'm still in screen here. Okay, then we've got a piece of the designer paper. We're going to adhere that to a piece of Mossy Meadow. And the ends, oh, that one's a full border all the way around. Okay. And then this time I had the Mossy Meadow and the cherry cobbler that I, again, embossed with the Basics 3D embossing folder. Okay, we're going to adhere that to here. Okay, and then we're going to add it to the basic black with dimensionals. Now you know why I like to give everybody a sheet of dimensionals, right? I tell them, I put that on the supply list that you need to bring your own, but then I like to treat with one sheet of them. I like to use the rest of the money towards other fun products. Okay, oops. So then we're just going to attach that. We're going to attach the green one across the center. Don't you love all those little candy canes? Okay, so we're coming in here. And Annie, you can really see the difference on it once we put it onto the white background. It really makes it pop. Okay, we're going to add dimensionals here. Add this one. And what I love is that, I mean, it really is. Once you get the pieces die cut, you are good to go. All right, and then we're going to put on dimensionals our stocking. Okay, that's just going to go right there. We're going to pull those festive pearls back in there. And we're going to add a couple of those. Okay, there's our second square, all set. Then, let's see, let's do the present. And I'm trying to see how I can do. Is that going to show in there enough? Not really. Okay, we're going to go back over this direction. Okay, all right, I think that'll work. Okay, so now again, I start with my cherry cobbler and Mossy Meadow. The Mossy Meadow is embossed, so it's going to go flat onto there. And then I have this fun tree designer paper, and I've got just a 1/2 inch strip of cherry cobbler so that there's no point on this one on putting behind the whole thing because I only want it to show at the top. Okay, so we're going to attach that, and again I'm going to do this one flat. We're going to line it up at the bottom there. Look at how cute that is. Okay, let's go ahead and put dimensionals on this. Did I do? Yes, I did. Goodness gracious. Okay. Yes, as a matter of fact, thank you, Beth. I do put Winkostella on the stocking fur, so I have to go back and do that. Make sure I do as we put the final assembly together, okay? Nice catch on that. Okay, we're going to attach this. And then we have our basic white, our cherry cobbler, and our basic black. So we're just going to attach those. And we're going to do this one flat. And then we're going to put dimensionals on the back of here. Okay, I'm glad. It looks like you guys are all agreeing with me that the black just helped make it all pop. I liked it without the black, and I had kind of put it all together that way. And then it's like, okay, it just kind of blends a little too much. So, all right, now we're just going to put this like a diamond instead of a square. And we're going to take the present that we die cut, but I don't want the stuff at the top. So we're just going to cut that off. And then I have the bow and ribbon. So we're just going to add a little adhesive. Liquid glue works the best on that. And we're just going to put it at the bottom so then it hangs up over the top a little bit. And then we're going to attach that onto here with dimensionals. Thanks, Beth. I know. I'm doing pretty good this week. Last week was wild and crazy. I kind of caught up on sleep Saturday night because it was a little bit of a nuts week last week, getting ready for Fall Fest, putting all the final touches on everything. Oh, I should see if I can pull in and show you. I also made a stacking. I knitted some pumpkins and did stacking pumpkins as part of our table decoration. So that was fun. Okay, so there's our third square. Okay, now we're down to Santa's hat. Okay, so we're going to take our pieces all off there. We're going to start with our base. And again, we have Mossy Meadow and Cherry Cobbler. I just did it every other. So two of them have base or Mossy Meadow bases with Cherry Cobbler layer, and then the other two have the Cherry Cobbler base with the Mossy Meadow layer. Okay, we're going to attach this one with dimensionals. Oh, you did see the pumpkins in one of the posts. Awesome. They were fun to do. These dies are amazing. Like I said, the stamp set is good, but we've got a number in this holiday catalog that you could easily order just the dies and do some fabulous projects with them. The autumn leaves are another one that I've been coordinating that more with the So Sincere stamp set instead of the autumn leaves stamp set, just because I like it better. But I love, love, love the leaves. I think those are amazing. Okay, so now we're just putting the designer paper to the Mossy Meadow, to the basic black. Oh, and I guess I didn't pull Santa's one in here, did I? Okay, we're going to attach this with dimensionals. So we're going to have lots and lots of dimensions. I agree, Beth. This is one that I didn't know. I didn't do it at first either. And I loved the gingerbread man. I thought he was adorable. And then when I really looked at the dies, I'm like, okay, gotta have it. All right, so we're going to attach that. And now we've got some layers that we're going to just kind of play with underneath the circle with the Santa's hat. So we're just going to assemble these little squares. All right, I'm going to move this one out of the way right now. I'm feeling a little cramped. All right, is that straight? Looks a little crooked. Let's see if we can't straighten that out a little bit. Okay, I think that's a little better. All right, so we've got our circle of Mossy Meadow. We're going to kind of start and we're going to work with that. We're going to take the Santa hat and we're just going to put a little glue along the bottom and then a little glue right on the tip. And so then the fur goes to the bottom of the hat and then the little fur ball goes right on the tip. And then that can dry a minute. Oh, and before, so we're going to go back to this one right now. We're going to pull our stocking back in. And we're going to add Wink of Stella. And it's really hard. It doesn't show up on screen real well. Whoop. Well, that did, didn't it? I might have to go get a piece of paper towel to unblob some of that. I didn't want it that strong. Okay. So if that happens, if you squeeze a little too hard, you can just kind of blob some excess off, but it's gonna show up nice. Okay, so there's our stocking. And then we're gonna do a little gentler on Santa's hat. I think I might be getting to the end of this, Stella. Okay, so then we've got sparkle on Santa's hat. We're going to pull our dimensionals in again. Okay, we're going to add that to the back of him. And I've got a little sheet of little ones here. We're going to do that there and that there. Okay, we're going to take our backings off. You could. It's not something that I would do, Beth, to get rid of the hole. I did try a piece of twine in there, but I didn't like that look. I didn't mind the hole in it quite so much. If you're very careful when you cut it out, you could tape onto the back of it to keep that in there. I don't know. I did try kind of putting a festive pearl on, but I thought that didn't look great either. So you'll kind of sort of hide it, but that just looks like you're trying to cover something up. That didn't really bother me that it is like that. Okay, now we're going to put dimensionals on the back of this circle. But before we take the backings off or attach it, we are going to just kind of eyeball where we want these guys. And we're kind of going to come in because I don't want to cover everything up, but it adds a little bit having that on there. Okay, so let's just put some adhesive onto both of them so that we can put those down. And we're kind of getting our circle centered. We want our edges to come in just enough so that they are not, the little points are not showing. Okay, I think that's good. Now what I also may do is add a strip of dimensional underneath to help support that. Right along here. And right along. Oops. Okay, come on. Right along here. Okay. And then we can go ahead and attach the circle of Santa hat like that. And on this one, I used some of the silver festive pearls, and I just kind of added, and you know, with these types of things, they always say odd numbers look best, not even. So kind of in a triangle shape. Okay, so we have 4 squares done. Now we're going to take the greetings. And so I stamped that in the basic black to pull the black in, or in memento. May your Christmas be merry and bright. And then we're just going to adhere. And I'm not going to do dimensionals in between each of these layers. I am just going to adhere these together. Now I might do it on the black. We're going to wait a second on that because we're going to pull our piece of basic white in. Excuse my arm. Okay. I started with Santa up in the corner. And then Santa's, let's see, which way did I do it? I did red's opposite. Okay. So then I put the stocking down at the bottom. Santa's bringing presents, so I put that up at the top. And then I put the gingerbread down at the bottom. Okay. And we're going to attach these with dimensionals. So I'm actually just going to start another sheet of dimensionals. And we're just going to put those all over the back of it. Because again, if you're using a shadow box frame, you want some depth in it. It's going to look a little odd if it's just sitting flat down in a 2-inch hole. So add those dimensionals. Okay, and I'm not going to take them off yet. I'm just going to get the dimensionals on the back of it. Hi, Pam. Thanks for joining tonight. I'm sharing, this was a take-home kit that my Fall Fest people received on Saturday. It was to make 4 cards, but many of them thought it was a framed art. So I decided to take the elements and turn it into a fun Christmas or holiday framed art piece. Okay, and one more. We're getting there. But check this out. I used kind of almost a whole sheet of dimensionals. Okay. So now we got to look at the placements. We don't want to go too close to the edge because we want to make sure some of the white shows around the frame. And then this is going to go right in the middle. So, yep, we're just going to do this flat onto the black there. And then we'll put the dimensionals underneath to raise it up over the top of the rest of it. Okay, so let's go ahead and start putting it down. See, tonight I'm making up for the last 2 weeks when I was really fast. And I knew this one was going to be a little longer project, but it's so darn cute. Okay. So we're going to do, I don't know, it's about 3/4 of an inch from the edges. Not quite a full inch. That way we leave some space around for the words in the middle. Cheryl, you used almost 4 sheets. See, I know. I do love my dimensionals. Okay, I got the backings all off from that one. Okay, then we're lining up the bottom. We're going to pull it over so that we are, again, about 3/4 of an inch. And I eyeball it. You can get a ruler out and measure it. Or use your grid paper. 12 by 12s are sometimes a little hard to use the grid paper, but okay. And then, okay, we're just balancing again. So we're about 3/4 of an inch all the way around. Yay! Roseanne, I'm so happy that you like this. I'm sorry that you missed, but it looks like you were having a fabulous trip. Okay, those are all off. Almost. Okay. And get my arm out of the way there. Okay, so there is. Now we just have to get the words in, and that looks like I'm crooked, am I? Yeah, this one needs to come down a little bit. Okay, come on. Up we go. Yep, and I just did that. You do that, you lift it up, and then you go to grab one and you stick everything else down again. All right, my arm might be in the way. I apologize. Give me just a minute. There, I think that's better. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, now we need to put our words in here, and they are kind of overlapping a little bit, but that will still work very well. Okay, and we could move some of these over a little bit more maybe, but we're going to go ahead and we're going to put dimensionals across the center and then up and down so that it will stick right down in between everything. Maybe even, you know what? Let's try this. Let's try stacking our dimensionals. It will lift it up. Okay. Let's see how this goes. This is why I don't do on the fly, right? Normally I know exactly how it's going to go together. Okay, I think that's going to work quite well. It is going to keep us. Okay, what do we got? One layer there. Two should go up above. We're going to stack one more. I really do. I want it lifted up off the rest of it. Oop, that one went crooked. Let's see what we got. Good. I'm glad you guys are liking this. These are really fun elements. Okay, now let's try. There we go. And we're going to get this. And there you go. Look at how cute that is. Now let's go ahead and add some more red festive pearls. Just kind of dropping them around here a little bit. There. And we are all set to put this in our frame, hang it on the wall. Hopefully not for maybe a month yet, but isn't that just adorable? I mean, and I may end up moving these elements just a little bit so that I can get them out of the way a little bit more, but there you go. So there's our project. Those of you who got this can do some readjusting and turn yours into a framed art, or keep it as your cards to mail and then get the die set and you can mix some more. Everybody would love them. Okay, don't forget, if you missed it earlier and would like to receive one of these fun fall is in the air bags, make sure that you comment, I want a bag, I want a bag. And I'll see how many we have and do a couple little drawings. Okay, you guys have a fabulous week. And I will see you next Monday, October 30th, the day before Halloween. Take care. Have a good week. Bye-bye.